Future Wife, Part 17. Stand Up Continued, an open letter. March 15th, 2:51 p.m. Dear Grace, my hands hurt today. First time in a long time. And no, it's not what you're thinking. That doesn't take long enough to string anything if you think I need two hands. I'm sorry to disappoint you. My hands are sore from typing. I wish you were like my Grace character, who could type all this crap for me. Or maybe I could dictate it to you. I've tried many times to verbalize this letter, like a conversation between us. For some reason it doesn't work, only in the movie idea. The rest of my life is still boring. Back to work. Movie idea Untitled, continued. David feels like he's performing and not discussing the routine and stops. David, hungry. Grace, always. Really? Sometimes. Ready for pregnancy? The food portion? I've been waiting for something. Do we still need your parents to chaperone? We could stay close, go to one of the restaurants on this block. Let me ask. Grace and David walk over to the dividing door. Grace opens their side without unlocking it. David seems unsurprised by the revelation. He expected her dad to burst through at any moment, probably with a gun. Grace knocks lightly on the other door and it opens almost instantly. Her mother appears and Grace explains the request in their own language. David believes they have come to agreement after a big smile and hug, but then they continue to talk. David wakes. A few minutes later, they hug again and close the door. Grace locks their side. Ready? Everything good? Yes. Do you want to know what we were talking about? Not really. Okay, where to? We're on our own. Food court at the mall across the street? That's not on this block. Close enough. Let them worry a bit as they watch you break their rules on their GPS. It's not a rule, David. It's an agreement. Just text them and explain the change of plans then. No need to worry them into a heart attack. What if the roles were reversed, David? I'm your daughter and you're my dad. What if we don't play the what if game until we are really bored? Are you bored? Movie after we eat? Try it again. What if we don't play the what if game until we are really bored? Are you bored after we eat? Movie after we eat? In the theater? Yes. Sure. Grace and David perform their now silent routine of bathroom duties and a clothes change before exiting their room. Dave points to the parents' door. Ding dong ditch? David, how old are you? Twice your age? And yet you act half my age? Burn. So? Yes or no? Does your dad have a temper like I do? Have you met one without? Not for a few years, but to be fair, I haven't witnessed any day-to-day life in the current married with children environment. All I see is parents at the park or the mall. I know you think you're a comedian, but how about you get some laughs on stage before knowing my parents? Or maybe at least have a conversation with them first? Seems like a lot of work. Heaven forbid. Do you believe in heaven? Grace stares at David. She attempts to create a new look, one that says, not now, David. She'll need it in the future, when and if they ever begin sleeping together. Never mind. David and Grace pick their favorites at the food court, enjoy a silent meal, and continue over to the movie theater. Unsure which movie to see, Barbie or Oppenheimer, they flip a coin and let physics decide. Barbie wins. Fuck physics. Pretty girls over bombs, David? Which would you prefer to look at for a couple of hours? David prepares his comeback. Say it. I'm surrounded by a pretty girl right now. Surrounded? How fat do you think I am? I haven't seen any fat. You barely look at me. I have a memory. Indeed you do. A butt memory? Funny. I know. You know what your butt looks like? I'm not having this conversation with you before this movie. After? Maybe. No problem. I have a nickname for your butt, but it can wait until we're safely back in the room. Nice try. I have all the patience in the world. I don't give a fuck what you call my butt. Angry? Passionate. About your butt? Movie, David? You want to stand here and flirt with me all night and then do nothing about it later? Movie sounds good. Grace and David load up on popcorn, candy, and drinks, enjoy the movie, and return to the hotel. How are you feeling? Like we were making progress, but I don't know why. I agree. How many people left that movie happier than when they entered, aside from the cost? Assuming everyone there could easily afford it, how many got a boost compared to how many are going to complain on the internet about something they found offensive? 80-20? I'm thinking 90-10. And the 10% probably find something to hate, about everything. Can't be turned. Requires a more direct approach. Electroshock therapy? I wish. Nothing like a few volts to wake you up in the morning. Grace changes the subject. David? Yes. Hi. Hi. I missed you, David. From? I don't know. You're gonna be sick of me shortly. We'll see. Do you have brothers and sisters? I do. It's in the letter? Yes. It's getting late. Are you tired? Not sure. Maybe continue the stand-up routine explanation, if you don't mind typing. I don't. They get comfortable on the couch. Grace enters a password into her laptop and begins where they left off. She reads back the last couple of paragraphs like a court reporter. David picks up the deodorant and continues. David picks up the deodorant and continues. This was the second problem. I could easily reach my armpit like normal, but with the left, all I could do is place it in and kind of squeeze my armpit around it, which was problematic because my right arm wasn't doing anything throughout the day and barely needed deodorant, but my left arm was doing everything and stunk like crap. Brushing my teeth was the same as wiping my ass. My left hand was clueless. Felt like I was using the brush to search for something in the dark. I had no idea what teeth were. I can do better than that one, Grace. The deodorant wasn't really a problem, Grace. I'm not that stinky. All I do is walk. Gave up on weights? I gave up on any muscle that isn't required in my day-to-day life existence. Go ahead, make a joke. Grace holds back her excitement and her joke. Time and place, David. Cutting my toenails was interesting. How? Well, my left hand was fine to cut the nails on my right, so I figured it would be fine with the toenails, but it was confused by their thickness, like I didn't have the strength to cut them. Maybe try a few weights? Haha. More of a coordination issue than strength. Grace nods in fake agreement. David knows the look, smiles, holds up his hand and continues. I lied to the doctor at the hospital. I told him I slipped on some wet stairs at the train station. The true story was embarrassing and possibly get me thrown in the psych ward, so I stuck with the obvious. I'm old and uncoordinated. I also lied and agreed to keep the cast on for 6 weeks, even when showering. I took it off for showers immediately, and in 3 weeks had it off completely. It was uncomfortable, but it didn't hurt. David sees a look of concern on Grace's face. Question. Grace is sarcastically as possible without laughing. No, sire. This is you? This is I. For the rest of my life? And mine. You understand that you look like the crazy one, not me? I do. I'm starting to feel sorry for our future children. Why? If you can handle my bullshit, then theirs will be easy. You don't cry like a child, it's easier. All I need is understanding of your logic and timing. Maybe some luck or karma. What's your definition of either word? Magic? Sure, you don't believe in God, but you do magic? Who says I don't believe? You wrote a public letter to him and told him to fuck off. Well, if I didn't believe, why did I write the letter? Fine, you tell me. I was bored, had nothing to write, and nobody to fight with. So you picked a fight with God? I tried, no response. She's probably lazy. Like you? I prefer to call it periods of super productivity followed by days of recovery and relaxation. Shall I put that in quotes? Thank you for typing, Grace. You're welcome, David. Do you think you are funny? I'm hilarious, David, but only around others. Alone, I'm more serious than what you've seen over the last couple of days. I assume you did your research on me, background checks, etc. Yes? Maybe we can make some joke about that. I'm not your writing partner, David. I forgot. Muse. Be a good muse and remain silent while I develop a funny comedy bit in my mind about our age difference. Grace fake slams a little laptop and pretends to be upset. Save that anger for later. No comment. David tries the intro. My in-laws did a background check on me before I married their daughter. Is it in the letter, by the way? Yes, it is. Is it funny? It's interesting. It got your attention? David. Understood. I don't want to mix the old jokes with the hand jokes. What else was funny about breaking your hand? I'm trying to remember. Have you broken anything that you can tell me about without saying it's in the letter? Grace shakes her head. You haven't broken anything, or it's in the letter? Grace shrugs, smiles, and begins to giggle. What is it? I'm thinking about Barbie. The movie or the character? Both. Would Barbie be as adventurous as you are? At least in this instance. I know nothing about the rest of your life. You will, when you're ready. I know you don't want to hear this, David, but I see through your words, all of them. What do you see? The truth. An opinion? Your truth. Sure. What about yours? I have and will continue to provide my opinion on anything you say, but without me involved. What is your opinion/philosophy on life? Grace ignores the question. Are we done with the comedy for tonight? Can I put the laptop away? Sure. This is a philosophical discussion instead. Why not? How mature of us, from dick jokes to Aristotle. Maybe Aristotle should have been a comedian instead of a philosopher. Or why not both? Agreed. What is your philosophy? Well, I'll start with the question. What about your background check do you think stands out the most? My credit rating is shit. I know. I don't know the number, and I don't care. If negative is possible, it's probably that. But probably if you managed to do a credit check, it was the number of places I've lived in my life. Bingo. And my question is, can you remain in one place long enough to raise children, or must you be on the move the rest of your life? Why not both? Mobile home? Yes, until we become insanely rich and buy a mobile plane home. Serious? Why not? And how do we get this rich? Grace remembers. Never mind, we sell our story for how many millions? As much as we can get. And then we live on a plane with kids? Well, maybe not exactly. I'm still working out the details in my mind. Other options? We partially settled down in the city for a few years, maybe the same city we're in now, and we let my parents and family help us with the children. You can go off on weekends and do your stand-up as required. Just be home Sunday night. Sound fair? Computing. And during the week, what do I do? Aside from raise your children without having to work in a forced 9-to-5 existence, play with the kids like a kid with a driver's license. Is that your goal? If we were millionaires, play with the kids. Yes, you. What else? We're rich, remember. What else? We're rich, remember. Maybe help out the homeless in the area. Be like Just Nate, Travis Doodles, Peter Bond, Josh. Film and post it on YouTube? No, just help and try and find out their true need. What do you mean? Not everyone on the street is forced to be there. They choose the lifestyle because it's easier than dealing with society, the system, their families, or all of it. It's their choice. It's easy to blame on a mental illness, and yes, some homeless are out there, but most are simply alone with their decisions they have made in their lives. However, I think if you befriended a homeless person or anyone and was completely honest with them, they would eventually open up to you and begin to wonder, how does that help? A friend, someone they can trust. Anonymous would be even better. Basically, I'm back to the homeless anonymous idea, but more one-on-one, a direct street approach. Get to know the person, take care of their immediate food, shelter needs, and then ask them how they want to proceed in their life. I wouldn't demand they follow certain steps and believe in a higher power. Fuck that. Ask them, Grace. What you just asked me. If you were a millionaire, what would you do with the money? How would you change your life? And then give them $1 million? Then listen to their dreams without the money requirement. What if I'm already rich, David? You don't look like it. Never mind. Dumb comment. Maybe my family? What do your parents do? They own a few franchises? Please tell me not Tim Hortons. No, Jesus, relax, David. Not Tim Hortons. You really should deal with that Hortons issue, David, before you blow a head gasket. You know the engines? I know yours. Speaking of getting my engine started, I'm tired. Bedtime? Sure. Thoughts? You can sleep on your back or side. Yes, or stomach. Let's try back. If I don't snore, we keep going. If not, back to the spoons. Deal. End scene. Thanks for participating, Grace. David.